Have you ever wondered how your favorite chocolate is made? Well, today we will unravel the mystery behind the creamy, sweet goodness. Imagine a world without chocolate. Difficult, isn't it? This decadent delight has been tantalizing taste buds for centuries. But what's the story behind this sweet treat? Let's dive into the history of chocolate, a journey that dates back over 3,000 years to the ancient Mesoamerican cultures. These early innovators discovered the magic hidden within the pods of the cacao tree. They found that by fermenting, roasting, and grinding the seeds, they could create a bitter beverage. It was far from the sweet treat we know and love today, but it was the beginning of a love affair with chocolate that would span the globe and the ages. Fast forward to the 16th century when Spanish explorers brought cacao back to Europe. The bitter beverage was sweetened with sugar, and it quickly became a fashionable drink among the elite. The Industrial Revolution in the 19th century brought mechanization, making it possible for chocolate to be produced on a large scale and enjoyed by all. So, where does the journey of chocolate begin? It starts with the humble cocoa bean. The majority of the world's cocoa beans are grown in a narrow belt, 10 degrees either side of the equator. The prime cocoa-producing regions are in West Africa, with Côte d'Ivoire and Ghana being the largest producers. But cocoa is also grown in other tropical regions such as South America and Asia. These cocoa beans are the heart and soul of your favorite chocolate bar. They're harvested by hand, often on small family farms. Each pod contains 20 to 40 beans, and it takes about 400 beans to make a single pound of chocolate. So, the journey of chocolate begins with the humble cocoa bean, which is harvested in exotic locations around the world. The next time you savor a piece of chocolate, remember the long journey it's taken from the cocoa farms to your taste buds. This is the mystery of chocolate, a story of transformation from a simple bean to a beloved sweet treat. The transformation of a simple cocoa bean into the chocolate we know and love is truly fascinating. Our journey begins in the lush, tropical climates, where cocoa trees thrive. These trees yield pods, each containing about 30 to 40 cocoa beans. Harvesting the beans is a delicate process, often done by hand to avoid damaging the tree or the beans. Once harvested, the beans are encased in a sweet, pulpy fruit which is carefully removed. The beans, still raw and without any discernible chocolate taste, are then set aside to ferment. This is a critical step in the chocolate-making process. During fermentation, the beans are naturally heated, causing chemical changes that start developing the signature chocolate flavor. This process can take anywhere from 2 to 8 days depending on the type of bean and the desired flavor profile. After fermentation, the beans are spread out to dry under the sun. This can take a week or more, and it's crucial that the beans dry completely to prevent mold growth. The dried beans are then sorted and packed into sacks, ready to embark on their journey to chocolate factories around the world. Upon arrival at the factory, the beans go through a roasting process. This step is where the magic really happens. As the beans are heated, they darken in color and the chocolate flavor intensifies. The roasting temperature and duration vary based on the type of bean and the intended flavor. But it's an art in itself, requiring close attention to detail. After roasting, the beans are cracked open to reveal the inner part known as the cocoa nib. These nibs are the essence of what will become our beloved chocolate. They are rich in flavor, carrying the depth and aroma of the cocoa beans, now amplified by the roasting process. The roasted beans, now called cocoa nibs, are ready for the next stage of the chocolate-making process. This journey from bean to bar is a testament to the artistry, precision, and passion that goes into every bite of chocolate we savor. The cocoa nibs, bursting with flavor, are now ready to be ground into a paste, the base for our chocolate. Let's embark on this transformative journey. The grinding process is where the magic begins to unfurl. Imagine the aromatic cocoa nibs being fed into a grinder, where they're crushed under the weight of heavy stones or metal blades. This process generates heat, which melts the cocoa butter present in the nibs. And voila, what we're left with is a thick, decadent paste known as cocoa liquor. But we're not done yet. This cocoa liquor forms the foundation upon which we build our chocolate's unique character. It's here that we decide whether we're making a dark, milk, or white chocolate. Sugar is added to counter the natural bitterness of the cocoa. And for milk chocolate, dried milk is introduced. The proportions of these ingredients can be tweaked to create a symphony of flavors, each note hitting your palate just right. Now, on to the conching process. Picture a conche, a machine that looks somewhat like a cement mixer. The cocoa liquor is poured into this contraption, marking the beginning of a process that can last anywhere from a few hours to several days. The conch's stirring action and the heat it generates work in tandem to mellow the flavors of the chocolate, smoothing out any rough edges. It's during conching that the chocolate begins to take on its final form. The friction and heat cause the sugar crystals to dissolve, and the cocoa particles to become finely ground, resulting in a smoother texture. Also, volatile compounds that contribute to undesirable flavors are driven off, leaving behind a rich chocolatey aroma. The conching process is a delicate balancing act. Over-conching can make the chocolate too smooth, robbing it of its character, while under-conching might leave the chocolate gritty and lacking in depth. After hours of grinding and conching, the chocolate is now smooth, velvety, and ready for the final steps. This is where we bid farewell to the rough cocoa nibs we started with and welcome the silky smooth chocolate that's a treat for the senses. The chocolate is now in its final stages, ready to be tempered and molded into the bars we recognize. Now, tempering is a fascinating process that gives chocolate its glossy finish and that satisfying snap we all love. It's a technique that involves carefully raising and lowering the temperature of the chocolate. Let's break it down. First, the chocolate is slowly heated until it reaches a temperature of about 45 degrees Celsius. It's crucial to make sure this is done carefully to avoid burning the chocolate. This is followed by the cooling phase, where the chocolate's temperature is lowered to about 27 degrees Celsius. But we're not done yet. The chocolate is then gently reheated to a temperature between 31 and 32 degrees Celsius. This meticulous process of heating, cooling, and reheating is what gives chocolate its distinctive shine and crisp texture. And if you've ever wondered why some chocolates melt in your mouth while others don't, well, tempering is the answer. It's this process that determines the chocolate's melting point, ensuring it melts just right on your tongue, providing that smooth, velvety experience we all crave. Now on to the molding process. Once the chocolate is properly tempered, it's time to give it shape. The tempered chocolate is poured into molds, each designed to create a unique shape, be it a traditional bar, a heart for Valentine's Day, or even the Easter Bunny. The molds are then given a good shake to ensure the chocolate fills every corner and to remove any potential air bubbles. Finally, they're transferred to a cooling area where the chocolate solidifies, transforming from a velvety liquid into the solid bars or shapes we're familiar with. The transformation is almost magical. What started as a humble cacao bean has now become a glossy, tempting piece of chocolate, ready to be savored. After cooling and solidifying, the chocolate is finally ready to be packaged and enjoyed. And that, my friends, is the mesmerizing journey of chocolate, from tempering to molding. From the cocoa bean to the chocolate bar, the process is complex, but the result is a delicious treat enjoyed by millions. Our journey through the world of chocolate has taken us from the tropical rainforests, where the cocoa trees grow, to the factories where the cocoa beans are transformed into the chocolate we know and love. This intricate process involves several steps, each contributing to the final product's unique taste and texture. Let's take a moment to appreciate the variety of chocolates available today. We have dark chocolate, appreciated for its robust and bitter flavor profile. Then there's milk chocolate, smoother and sweeter with a creamy mouthfeel that's hard to resist. And let's not forget white chocolate, a confectionery that swaps out the cocoa solids for a higher cocoa butter content, resulting in a rich, buttery, and sweet sensation. But the world of chocolate doesn't stop there. The flavors that can be added to chocolate are as diverse as the chocolates themselves. Think of the citrusy zing of orange-infused dark chocolate, or the sweet, salty crunch of a milk chocolate bar filled with caramel and sea salt. There's a chocolate for every palate and for every mood, and it's not just about the taste. There's something about chocolate that brings joy and comfort to people's lives. The simple act of unwrapping a chocolate bar can evoke a sense of anticipation, a moment of pure pleasure in a busy day. Sharing a box of chocolates can forge connections, express love, or offer solace. And who hasn't turned to a piece of chocolate for a little pick-me-up? So, the next time you bite into your favorite chocolate bar, remember the journey it has taken to reach you. This isn't just a sweet treat. It's a labor of love, a testament to human ingenuity, and a celebration of one of nature's most wonderful gifts. Savor every bite, every moment, every sensation. Enjoy.